Hello and welcome back to JustinTV. I'm your host, Justin. You may also know me as Zombie, and today I got a pretty interesting topic that I've been thinking about lately. It's the concept of investing in yourself. I know I've spoken somewhat about investing in general, but I haven't really said specifically anything. But I'll just tell you right now, I'm not a financial advisor, and I'm not someone that does day trading on the regular, so I can't really be the guy to tell you what stocks to invest in or what's a safe bet like that. I just do the normal stuff that everyone else does. But specifically, I'm very confident that you need to invest in yourself. Because we're not just lucky people who invest their life savings into Dogecoin and then randomly sell it when it hits 69 cents and then can live off that in, I don't know, the Dominican Republic for the rest of their life. And we're not trust fund kids who could just live off the money that mom and dad have, right? So we have to be strategic with our money in order to maximize our cash flow. But in order to invest in the stock market, to maximize your cash flow from business or something like that, you need to first invest in yourself. Because you don't just become like a senior data analyst at a company out of nowhere. You have to start somewhere. We all know that a high school diploma really just gets you jack shit. I mean, realistically, if you're smart and you're lucky, you could become a millionaire off of a business that you just had an idea for and it just all worked out because you just know business or you had people that were able to advise you. But for a majority of people, their high school diploma is a one-way ticket to McDonald's, Starbucks, or even just stocking shelves at a grocery store. And I'm not saying that these are bad jobs to have. I think they're fine to have when you're starting out, but they shouldn't be your end point. If you want to really be financially free and just feel confident about your life and that you're going to be safe in the future, you can't stay at a McDonald's for the rest of your life. You can't stay at a Starbucks for the rest of your life. You can't stay at a grocery store for the rest of your life. You need some sort of skill. It doesn't matter exactly what that skill is in, and it doesn't matter exactly how you acquire that skill. As long as you have some way of proving that you have that skill, and you are very confident in your ability with that skill, you'll be able to use that skill in order to get a position that you can actually make money in. And that's honestly the first step that you need to do. Now, I'm not saying that you need to go to college in order to do this. I think that college is a great spot for people that know what they want to do, major specifics, so you're not wasting money, and it creates more social skills for yourself, and can also help with networking in order to find your first initial jobs. But there are also a lot of tech and trade schools out there that will teach you skills like plumbing. They usually will partner with companies around the area too to ensure that their students get a job right after they graduate, in quotations, from that school. It'll also give you like a certification that you can use to apply to other places if you don't like the initial spot or you want to try to get a better amount of pay. But you won't just see six figures overnight. You have to spend the time and money to invest in yourself in order to increase your profits from now till the day that you die. Another thing that I failed to mention was that you could do courses online. There are a ton of courses that can teach you various things, such as computer programming. A lot of people these days aren't actually going to a school to learn computer programming and are just doing it online because there's so many resources available to you. And you could take contract work if you could just prove that you are actually knowledgeable in what the subject is. Like, let's say it's like a Python script that a company needs. Look, the point that I'm trying to drill into you and that I'm trying to get across is just that you need to find a skill that you either enjoy currently or something that you think you will enjoy and can nurture into something that can make you money. Because otherwise, you're going to be living paycheck to paycheck, minimum wage. And you can't ask the question, how can I make my money make money while I do nothing when you're getting paid like $13 an hour at McDonald's? It's so minuscule that if you invest it, you're not going to see much growth out of it. And it kind of just gets to a point where you're essentially wasting time putting your money into places where it should be otherwise placed. With just the right skill set, you can go from making 20K a year to making 80K a year starting. Now, will that 80K be for everyone? No, that's why I said with the right skill set. You know, skill sets are going to be different. You're going to get a range, right? Some might be 50K starting. Some might be 60K. Some might be 70. Some might be 80. Some might even be 100K. But the point is, I'd rather have that 50K to invest in than that 20K to invest in. Because the 50K will just make more money overall. And why would I want to invest that 20K into the S&P 500, which only on average gives you about like an 8% ROI per year, when I could invest in a diploma, a certification, a course even, so I can make somewhat of like a 50% or even higher, 100% or even higher ROI over my lifetime. Actually, over my lifetime, it would be crazier. Now, there are skills and jobs out there that aren't fun, and a lot of people don't enjoy. And so that means that there's a good amount of money to be made in those areas. For your own sanity, I don't advise to do this. However, if you're someone that can just, you know, lock in, mentally block out anything else, and just do the job, and just like, kind of black out and come home, and you don't even remember like what the hell happened in the past 8 hours, then maybe consider that as an option. But I recommend doing a skill that you enjoy and maybe taking a little bit less money for what it is. I mean, down the line, your ultimate goal is, I mean, at least my ultimate goal is to start a business eventually. So the amount of money I make per year is completely up to me, and it's not an employer saying this is how much I'm going to pay you. Because in corporate America, they don't care how hard you work, how hard you hustle. They only care that the stuff of the most importance and leaves the biggest impact got done. That's really it. And also for those of you that are unsure exactly on what they want to do, then let's say you're like 18 and you're thinking about going to college, but you don't know exactly what major you want to do. Well, you could just do gen ed, but you could also just wait a little bit. There's no shame in waiting a few years to actually figure out what you want to do, or how it is that you want to make your money in life. Nothing wrong with that. In fact, it's actually more economical because you get to not waste money pursuing a major that you actually don't want to even do or won't do anything with. Anyways, boys, I hope that this was informational. Maybe you learned something, maybe you didn't. And if you didn't learn something, then hopefully it was just entertaining. We didn't hit the best play, but it's all okay because I thought the gameplay was fire. Personally, it was one of my hotter games of the week. And we hit number 1. And boys, we are Battle Pass owner. We do not hit the shush anymore. We hit the skill issue. I'll catch y'all next week when I talk about saving money and the good ways to do that.